It's Thursday, November 25th, and you're tuned in to the TNIAB podcast. I'm Vince,
I'm a sussy baka.
and this is the Geek Chic Culture Show, where we talk about all the cool things in the whole wide world. Anthony has been trying to bring up to speed on all the hottest TikTok trends
Bro,
and
I
memes.
used to complain about the Zoomers, but after learning about a couple new hot anime memes on the TikToks,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be all right. I think they're gonna be just okay.
I think they'll be fine, okay?
All right.
They don't need your support.
Exactly. I think
They'll be fine on their own.
they kind of smell like a baka.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Didn't ask for this today.
Oh, that shit's so funny.
Didn't ask for this. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends.
Oh yeah, America. Happy Thanksgiving.
We thank you for the newly adopted shopping spree holiday that we've gained here in Canada.
How long is it? How long have we had Black Friday now? It's been
At
like
least a decade.
Yeah,
I
at least a
wanna
decade.
say. Yeah, it's been good. It makes Christmas shopping easier.
Did you see that report that came out this year where it was like 99.5% of Black Friday deals have been cheaper on other sales other days of the year?
Oh, that probably makes sense.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of memes where it's like, what is it? It's like three guys. It's like I want to say it's a football meme,
Okay.
and like they're holding it, and the first panel's like not now,
Mhm.
and it says like $4.99. Second panel is hold
Mm-hmm.
$4.99 sale.
Yeah.
And the last panel is Black Friday $6.99 X'd out $4.99 now.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty good. Once like kind of like the curtains unravel around Black Friday, it's always like the most things are on sale now, but also
I think it just depends like on what you're looking for, and as long as you know what the prices should be.
As long as you're not like pushing people over for a TV or something.
Yeah, because yeah. I mean there's sales to be had, that's for sure, but there's not quite the sales that I've seen so far that are...
It's not crazy.
Yeah, like I'm looking for those like 70 to 80% off sales.
And that's like, clearance.
That's
going out of business.
That's what I'm looking for, right. But we don't got that right now.
Fair, fair enough.
Because I walked into Lululemon today to buy pants, and I'm like, full price? No, thank you.
I could have used anher TikTok meme for that one.
No.
Excuse me of your gender again? Okay.
Wow.
That's for women. You haven't seen that one either?
Oh my
Bro,
God.
you're behind the times. You got an Instagram account, just go through the reels. It's all reposted TikToks.
No. I got better shit to do.
No, you don't. I know you don't.
I got so much shit to do. Got lots of stuff to do. Hey guys, guess what? We got a treat for you, because you've probably read the title. We watched John Cho's Too Old Cowboy Bebop.
Hell yeah.
That's what we're doing. We did. We watched that. And then we got some stuff else that we're gonna
blah, 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 blah.
My mouth left me for a second there.
Damn.
We do have some other items to discuss, as one would say. But let's get into the hottest topic of the past week, and that is Netflix's live action adaptation, Cowboy Bebop. We've been talking about the show, I don't know, since it was announced.
I've been down on it. You've been optimistic, I guess.
Yeah, optimistic is a good word. And it's here.
Yeah.
And we watched the first episode.
We did.
I don't know if this show really needs any sort of introduction or summation. I don't even think we have to discuss necessarily what happened in the episode. We just have to talk about our thoughts. What you think? How you feeling? Is it as bad as the hype leads it to believe? Is it better? Is it so bad it's good? Is it art?
Is it art? Definitely not that. It's definitely not art.
Is it anime?
Is it? No. It's also not.
Does it transcend the genre?
No.
Is it not supposed to be good, and that's the point?
I don't like that cop out. Not having that one. Not having that one.
Anyways, I've given you a multitude of platitudes to go through, but I'm going to talk about it first.
Yeah, go for it. Honestly, you're the one. You're the optimistic one. I want to see if it met your expectations.
I'm also the one, I think, of the two of us who probably doesn't care about. Like, I'm probably the lesser fan.
Yeah, but also, interesting enough, you might be the person who's watched Cowboy Bebop more recently than me. like in its entirety.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like I said, I respect the show, but it never really clicked with me. Which I don't know why, because on paper it should be right up my alley.
Yeah, thievery, space,
Space Cowboys, of
yeah,
course.
bounty hunting.
Yeah, I love that stuff. And watching this live action show kind of helped me like cement that thought even more. Like, if this didn't say Cowboy Bebop, I
Yeah.
would probably be watching this
Mhm.
this live action thing.
Yeah.
Um. So from a visual standpoint and just on a production level, I thought it was pretty cool.
A lot of money thrown at this.
Character designs, yeah, they're pretty bang on. I think that what they've done is they've nailed I want to say the diversity of this imagined future space where everyone's kind of just a mix of races with
Mhm.
different styles, different kinds of settings that can occur. I think they kind of have the same sort of like happy-go-lucky serious vibe that's going on with a lot of the cheese that came with 90s era anime. I
Mhm.
think that's there. Uh, and I think that for me at least, I don't think it was bad, but I also don't think it was necessarily jaw-droppingly awesome. My biggest issue, I think, has to be whoever they hired for fight cinematography,
Bro.
fight direction.
Bruh.
Like, it is awful. It is so bad. And I just don't know if because they're trying to evoke shows from the 90s.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's what fight scenes from the 90s look like.
But also like those fight scenes, like it's I guess you can't really compare to because like
You can't, yeah.
live action depends on the person's individual skill. And while John Cho is fucking yoked out of his mind in this show, holy shit. This guy
He has no body control.
This guy hit the gym.
Yeah.
Right? He has no body control.
Yeah.
Faye's character has no body control.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan would be very disappointed in their choreography.
I wasn't expecting John Wick.
Yeah.
But this is so below the bar.
I wasn't expecting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I would say it's even worse than that.
All right.
Like if you're just talking about let's rip those tokusatsu scenes out of the fighting.
I'm talking about when the Saban's version, and then they had the people outside of the costume fight.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah. It is about that level. It's painful.
It's not good.
It's painful. I think if that was just touched up a bit more, so that it's a bit smoother and nicer to see, I would have had zero complaints.
Even the gunplay
was bad. Yeah,
which
it's
is
bad.
Surprising because like I don't know. There's that scene at the beginning where they fight in the casino, and the guy has the disruptor or whatever.
Yeah.
And Spike jumps out of the way of the disruptor bullet. There's something about the way everyone moves in this show, in that it always feels like they're moving in order to not get hurt.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where they're always like taking dives in a way where it's like, okay, they're not committing to the dive. They're committing to landing and stuff like that.
I think what a lot of it is the actual, like, it's, I guess fight choreography is more or less a dance and it's played out in stages, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in a lot of other shows, these sequences actually are filmed exactly the same way. The difference is they have cuts to emphasize a lot of those impacts. Like
and what a lot of people know now is that those cuts are used to hide the lack of skill that an actor may have.
But here they just were like, nah, we're gonna leave
steady frame.
And it's just so apparent that these are actors with zero. Well, I mean, it's Harold, right? Harold and Kumar. Like, the man made his whole acting career based off of comedy, not action sequences, so I'm not really surprised.
Yeah.
Even when he was training by himself on the wooden thing.
That, I would say, that was okay. That wasn't bad.
I wouldn't even call that acceptable.
Really?
No.
Damn.
I would say that was very, like, underwhelmed.
Okay.
For how sweaty he got.
You weren't whelmed?
No.
All right.
For how sweaty that man was, for how jacked he decided to be.
Maybe he was hot.
That was a very tame training sequence.
Yeah, it was.
The other thing too is I didn't like how Faye immediately her character is introduced and she literally only has apparently one word in her entire vocabulary, and
which
it's
is
like,
fuck.
it's a fuck or dickhole. Like,
Yeah.
that's all she says, and like that's her whole character.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Faye wasn't like that.
No.
But I mean, on the whole, I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was good. Would I go back for more? I think I have better things to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I think this show was so bad it might be racist.
Oh god.
No.
Oh god. Like, where are you going with this?
No. Yeah, this show wasn't good. I like you. I also thought these fight choreography scenes were terrible. A lot of we mentioned before that anime in general, or maybe I mentioned, I forget if you agreed with me or not, but anime in general has to be more wild because of the way the medium is, and in order to get either style or emotion or whatever across to a character through a 2D cartoon platform, right?
Sure.
My whole thoughts on that with the wardrobe totally stick. Everybody's wardrobe in this looks like the cranked to 11 version of whatever they're trying to portray.
Well, you thought it looked ridiculous?
And I thought it looked ridiculous. And it still looks ridiculous kind of in this show.
I thought it looked fine. I thought it actually all worked fine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like even Jet with the arm, I was like, yeah, that looks fine. That passes.
The thing is like not everything on the costume is bad, right? Like Jet's arm looks cool. It's a very good prosthetic. Jet's spiky beard, I think, looks weird in real life.
I don't know if that looks weird because I don't know, man. There's a lot of fucking pretentious motherfuckers.
Yeah, and we ridicule them rightfully.
And like I see them in real life, and I'm like,
yeah, and you should make fun of them on the street.
And I'm like, that looks ridiculous.
You should be like, man, you look stupid, and then walk to.
But it exists, and that's why when I see that beard, I'm like, I mean, yeah, some people are like that.
You know what? You're right. Hitomi Tanaka exists.
Oh my god.
Therefore,
back to the large tits. God.
Therefore, anime proportions are legit. I don't have to tell you. Yeah, and like you said with Faye Valentine, a lot of the writing in this show feels like the writers saw Guardians of the Galaxy and were like, we could do that, but with swearing. And they kind of just made that their whole aesthetic when...
You mean when it comes to Faye or in general?
In general, even with Spike sometimes, where I remember Spike is that like kind of wisecracking, space pirate, whatever.
Yeah,
but he's much more, I guess, like suave with what he says, or from what I remember of the anime. Maybe this is just like rose-colored glasses going back to when I last watched it, which must have been like over half a decade ago.
Yeah.
But his lines weren't as, I guess, forced. I would say, like, I don't know, the writing, everything about it just felt like, again, like, oh, dickhole, fuck, like that kind of stuff, but in different variations plastered throughout the whole cast.
I'll agree with you with Faye, but I think Spike is that cheesy.
Is he?
I think. I mean,
maybe that's like, yeah. I have to rewatch that.
I think a lot of the show, like, for us, like that's why it's tough for me to really complain about it, because like the things that I think are kind of lame and over the top are kind of true of the original Bebop, because it is from the 90s era.
But does that go back to the medium question where it works in anime but it doesn't work in live
No,
action?
I think that's just how it was at the time. Okay, right. And I accepted it then, and I'll accept it now.
I must be consistent.
Yeah, like whatever.
That's fair. But yeah, just a lot of the I don't know, there's just it's trying very hard to be cool. There's like tons of Dutch angles. There's a lot of like Wes Anderson framing where it's like the scene is symmetrical and then the characters are dead center of the shot.
But isn't that Bebop?
I see, that's the thing. I look at this and I'm like, this is so cheesy today.
But like that's
I can't remember if Bebop was like that,
because like that's just it. Like, and maybe that's why it never really connected with me, because I watched it too late, and like I had grown up already. But like at the time, like that's Bebop.
Like the one I remember most,
like there's the whole flashback with him and the girl in the quote unquote dream. I'm like, yeah.
And that part was good. That part was accurate.
It was accurate. Yeah. It was also super cheesy.
See, I didn't have a problem with that.
Like, that's some cheesy shit.
But like the one I remember is like the movie, you know, the movie where he's a fight scene with the broom in the hospital area. And I don't remember any of that sort of like Dutch angle framing and stuff like that.
Do you remember the episode with the fridge?
With the alien in the fridge? Yeah, that was a cool episode.
I mean, like that episode's full of all that shit.
That was the one episode.
Yeah, but I'm just I mean, like the whole show has all that stuff in it.
I have to rewatch it to get, but like I watched this and I was just, I can't tell if it was just me being like, oh, this belongs in anime,
Yeah,
or if it's me just actually legitimately thinking the show is bad.
Yeah, okay.
So I also ended up seeing that scene after you mentioned it with the what's her face?
I don't know her name.
The scientist lady.
Sid? I don't know.
Not Spike.
Spank?
Spud? I don't.
Spudnik?
She has the
Corgi.
Dog. No, she has the dog.
Dog.
Her name is Dog. We got there.
Orange hair. Robin.
No.
I don't know.
Man, what's the fuck?
Maui.
Bro, Edward.
Ed.
Yeah, Ed. That shit's
EDD.
Yeah, that shit's cheesy as fuck. I saw the scene on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
it looks like I was watching like from YTV.
But then I would say, yeah, no, that's exactly how the character was though.
That can't be it.
Like, and then it's also, and you say YTV. Where's that from? 1999.
I know.
The 90s. Like,
I know.
When it comes to, does this show nail the 90s cheese? 100%. Is that what Cowboy Bebop is? Yes, 100%.
I don't want to believe it.
I won't go as far as to say that this is better or even does justice to the anime, because it doesn't.
It does not.
But if the argument is you think this is bad because it looks like 90s anime or like 90s TV, I don't know if I could agree with that, because that's what Bebop is. It's just, I will admit, when I was like, it's harder to grasp that fact because you're allured by, oh, it's anime.
Yeah, but like 90s anime aesthetic is sick.
Yeah,
like,
but you think
cool.
that, and like at the same time, remember, I hate 90s anime aesthetic.
Bro, I'm gonna turn this laptop around. I'm gonna show you peak 90s anime aesthetic.
I know, and
right?
like there's,
and that, I don't know, that today that still looks cool.
No, it looks old.
That still looks sick. I don't know, to my mind, that still looks cool.
Yeah, but like, I want you to take that image,
yeah,
and then also know that there's the equivalent to that is when people say, you remember Kevin Sorbo in Hercules? That looks cool. Right? Xena, that looks cool. Like,
Xena never looked cool.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the same era. And that's what this show evokes perfectly.
It might be.
Right? I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, did they capture that era? Absolutely.
Are you telling me I'm turning into the kids at the Transformers conventions where they're like, G1 is peak?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes. You have become.
So I have a new reason to hate this
everything
show.
You sought.
Yeah. I hate this show more now because it's making me realize about myself that I'm getting old.
I mean, I tell you this every week. You're an old man.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm younger than you.
Listen there.
I was teaching you about TikTok memes earlier. All right.
You're also like, guys who have an iPod. You guys you know what a click wheel is? Like, come on.
Listen, I just use it. You guys bring it up, and you guys tell me. I don't like walk around.
Are you telling me you've never gone on a date and the girl's been like, "What's that?" And you're like, "Oh, it's an iPod," and you teach her about it?
No.
Okay.
Well, no. The one time I did do that. I'm gonna get you with this one. The one time I did do that,
and she's like, "Oh, sick! Look at my iPod."
She also had the same iPod. But hers was even more fucked than mine because her scroll wheel popped out of the casing.
Okay. You know what? I don't even know anymore.
Exactly. That's what old people say.
I don't even know.
They don't know.
That's what young people say.
No, young people are in the know. They have the false confidence.
No. Because young people are like, Mom, like, when the mom was like, I don't understand. And you're like, Mom, I don't even know, Mom. I don't know. God. I can't teach you this. Just born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah, jeez. But anyways, that's Cowboy.
I don't know. The live action show didn't grab me.
Neither did it for me.
But I'm gonna watch I'm gonna watch some Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say.
I'm gonna come back.
You're gonna be like, this shit's awesome.
I'm gonna be like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I was right. Oh. I feel vindicated.
All right, whatever makes sense.
G1 Transformers is P Transformers.
Do not do this to me. Oh my god.
All right. Listen, Michael Bay, Abomination.
How dare you? How dare you speak on behalf of the fandom?
Yeah, listen, the fandom. You don't make videos anymore. Fandoms, they're coming over to Anthony's side. All right. I'll lie, cheat, and steal my way to popularity. Let's do it.
Damn it. All right. Whatever. There you go. Cowboy Bebop. Watch it or don't. See if I care.
Whatever.
What's next on the list? What's next on the agenda?
Emails? Questions?
Sure.
Picks? You want to start with our weeks? You want to flip it?
Peter Chang writes in.
What's up? I haven't heard from Peter in a long time.
A wall of text.
What's up, Peter?
Hello, nerds.
What's up?
Confession time. All this time, I've been listening to the show for anime and movie reviews and the very little toy collecting news.
Okay.
My brain blocked off all the video game related topics. Yes, I know. That's like
right.
65%
Goodbye.
65% of the
See you
entire
guys
show.
later. Peace out.
Have you guys ever considered time coding each section of your shows on YouTube, so some of us can just jump to the topics out of interest? Lastly, I left video games for nearly under 20 years, but Vince's obsession with virtual racing intrigued me a bit. And plus, I'm also an automotive enthusiast, so I decided to try Forza Horizon 4 Ultimate Edition for $35. I'm aware he's playing Forza Horizon 5, but I will wait for it to go on sale at a later time.
Okay.
The video game world has changed so much in the past 20 years. I don't know, from Xbox One to Xbox Game Pass to Series X to Steam, it all sounds very confusing for a person like me that might be looking to get back into games. Anyways, next question. Have you guys tried Microsoft Flight Simulator? The game simply looks stunning. Your thoughts? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here.
No, there's literally only 2 questions here.
Time codes. In the very early days of this podcast, we had them.
We had them, but not on. We didn't upload to YouTube, did we? We had them on the.
We had them on the podcast apps.
Yeah, iTunes.
Yeah.
And then iTunes was like, nah.
But I found a way to get it back. You could do it again.
What?
You could do it in. I think you could do it in Audacity, but it just takes a lot of work, and I said no.
I don't know how to do it on YouTube.
So you just literally in the notes.
Yeah.
You put the time.
That's it.
And you put space,
bruh, and
then you write what you want it to be, easy. And then enter.
Maybe I
time.
Maybe I should start doing
like
that.
If you want to do it, you can do it. It's an easy task. It's just
finding the time.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's a lot easier to do when you're doing it as you're recording and you hit the mark button.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit changes if you cut out the show, right? So
yeah, fair enough.
It's up to you if you want to do it.
I'll see. I'll think about it. How about that? But also, it sounds like he's listening to the whole show regardless.
Exactly.
So if we want to pump those numbers up, why would we give him more reason to listen to less of the show?
You mentioned you don't know. It's hard to understand the difference between Xbox and whatever. Yeah, Xbox has a very confusing naming system.
Oh, the Xbox.
Yeah.
Like I can play a Togi in Jet Set Radio Future.
Sure. And yeah, there you go. I mean, that's video games. It's like anything. You just gotta learn.
You gotta get back into it. You gotta get back on that horse.
Yeah.
Spend all that money.
Right. It's like, how do you know where to watch porn unless you do some research? Right. You can't just jump in. So you go to Google, you type what you want, and then you learn, and then you get in there.
Exactly.
It's like any other hobby.
When you're motivated,
yeah,
you will learn.
Exactly.
All right, just get some motivation.
So that's all you gotta do. Lastly, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Super cool looking game. Technically, not for me.
That's definitely some like peak nerd shit.
Yeah,
which is ironic given the show, but
yeah, it's just not. Planes have never really been my thing.
Yeah, I don't get like people's obsessions with planes and trains. I don't get.
It's definitely a generational thing, and I think it's one generation older than us. Like, I think it's just because I think like the '80s babies were really into like, or even like I think that the people who were into like GI Joe probably love planes. That's just
I could see that crossover. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I would say probably the generation above them probably like trains.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know.
Because I remember my grandmother buying me like a train set.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh, this is like a hand me down from your cousins and shit.
Yeah.
But like I'm sitting there like this fucking train. Who cares, dude?
Goes choo choo.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
I know like a lot of Europeans love. You know what it is? It's the kids who grew up.
Is it like kids who like grow up around construction and then they're like construction vehicles are sick?
I want to say just after World War II.
Oh, that could be it too.
Right? Because I know there's a lot of kids who love those historical warplanes. Like, what's the famous British one? Spitfire?
Sure.
That's the one.
I believe you.
I think the Canadian one is called the Mosquito. Check that out. There's only 2 of them available in North America, and one of them you can see in our city.
Dang.
At the
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Canadian National Warplane Heritage
I
Museum.
might have seen that already.
Just down the street. I need to go check that one day.
It's really cool.
I know. I meant to go, but COVID keeps happening. Did you know they're open 7 days a week? If you ever want to see planes?
Yeah, you just go see planes.
Shit, I gotta go.
It's just open. Just go.
I know. Microsoft Flight Sim, though, no. And you need a really powerful computer to run that.
Yeah, that's the really surprising thing.
I don't think I would do it unless I had like a stick, like a flight stick. And that's just not happening. So.
Yeah. You should buy a flight stick.
I get it. No, thank you. No.
You sure?
No.
Battlefield's out. Getting those helicopters.
No. Like, I get it. There's some people who could just, like, play everything on a keyboard, and I'm just not that guy.
Right.
I'm not going to buy a flight sim to press W on the keyboard, right?
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Like, I just... Nah, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
So. But there you go. Thank you for writing in. How about some picks?
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
Yeah, you do?
I do.
You want to hit me with them, or you want me to go first? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Sure. I'll go first. Let's get some small ones out of the way. Have you been seeing all the news with Rockstar?
Oh, how they messed up?
Yeah, basically. For those of you who don't know, I haven't talked about it yet on the podcast, but the GTA Remaster collection is a shit show. It's absolutely terrible, because I think what happened is that, at least I heard rumors through gaming forums that Rockstar might have used an AI system to automate a lot of the remaster work. And what has happened because of that is that everything looks like shit. There's a bunch of different problems, like rain there's like one rain like thing.
Have you seen it in HDR?
Yeah, it looks so bad.
Awesome.
And it's just like copy pasted rain splashes throughout your whole screen.
It's awesome.
There was one really crazy glitch I saw where in San Andreas, if you're going a fast enough speed and you start wiggling your car left and right as you're going fast, your car will get wider permanently. Like, it physically gets bigger.
That's awesome.
And there's no cap. So you can just make your car as big as you want. Yeah, character models look like shit. But yeah, according to GameIndustries.biz, they came out and they're like, bro, our bad.
Yeah.
What that means for the future of that game, I don't know. But what they've done is, originally on the Rockstar store, they had taken down the original versions of the PC GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, because they're like, just buy this new one now. And yeah, they have ongoing plans to address the technical issues and to improve the game going forward. But what that means, it's probably just some HR bullshit. I can't imagine. Well, Rockstar doesn't really spend any time that doesn't make them $1 million a second. So you can just look at Red Dead Online for that. So we'll see. But
I mean, if you bought it, they're going to give you the originals for free.
So, yeah, I guess.
But at the same time, I don't think that's why you bought it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
yeah. There was a great Digital Foundry breakdown, and those guys went deep into those games. They compared like every version of the game
as
to
they
each
do.
other.
As
like, those guys are nuts. That's the dream. I want to work for them. Those guys are sick.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. To be honest, I don't know why people even wanted this. I don't know.
No, you hate old games. You hate history.
No, but I just feel like, why would you want this?
What?
Like, who cares? Like,
why would you want 3 of the most groundbreaking video games that change the way video games are made?
Yeah.
Forever?
Yeah, but like, why would you want it now? Like, no. Why would you want why would you want the definitive edition? Or like an updated version?
It's again, I always go back to movies. It's the same way everybody wants the Criterion version of a new Blu-ray movie of an old thing.
I guess so.
Right? You want to play that shit on a new console or on a new medium that is like the new ultimate way to view it.
But like, it's different. It's not like a movie that's standalone, because if anything, Grand Theft Auto has proved that once you step to the next Grand Theft Auto, you never go back. Like, and it's not like the previous ones have something to offer that the current
they updated like aiming and controls.
No,
and
that's
stuff.
fine. Yeah. But like, at the end of the day, we're all here on 5, and like 5 is Grand Theft Auto now, right? Like that is the staple. Like, it is.
That's
like,
the thing too. Like I don't know. Like I
I
think
would
those stories still hold.
no, but
Like Vice City's really good.
I mean, sure, fine, maybe it is, maybe it is, but I don't know. I don't really care.
All right.
Right? Like, who cares?
You should care. All right. You should care about those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it.
No, okay, hold on. Okay. You are confusing my disregard for the past and old stuff with just not wanting to amass things.
Okay.
I think you're right. We should be able to catalog or at least have
Access.
not access, document
Okay.
the past. But I don't think we necessarily I don't think everyone needs access to everything.
Okay.
Just we'll go back to planes. I
Mhm.
think it's great that they keep a couple of them around,
Yeah.
those scroll ones. But does that mean I want everyone to be able to buy an old plane? No.
No.
Right? But to be able to go see one and learn about it, absolutely. I was totally fine if someone was just like, here's a video about this old game and how it changed the world and learning about it.
Mhm.
Boom. That's all I need for my historical value. Do I need to go and like really immerse myself in it? Not really. Like, is there a way that I can, if there's a service that, yeah, maybe if I wanted to, I could. But at the end of the day, I think people who buy this are going to go in, play it for like half an hour and be like, that was fucking wild. What a trip. But they're not going to beat it. Like, they're not really going to go through it again. Like, even yourself, how many times have you played something and just been like, this was cool. I remember when this came out and how it changed the world.
Yeah.
But after you had your fill for like a couple hours, you put it down.
I can definitely have like place some games or name some games that have done that, but the caliber are much lesser than this Rockstar example.
Okay.
Like oh, I want to see where fucking who's the guy to make Gears?
Cliff
Blazinski. I was like, where did Cliff Blazinski steal cover-based shooting from?
Yeah.
And then I went back to Kill Switch on the PS2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's really cool that this game came out before or
Yeah.
whatever, and like it kind of pioneered that stuff. That game's dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's so hard. But I don't know, like there are certain games where
yeah, but
when I played,
so you played it, and then you're like, okay, cool.
But if I play the PS2 version of Metal Gear Solid 2,
yeah,
I beat that shit.
Yeah, but that's different because you fucking love that game. Like that goes beyond historical value.
It's one of the best video games ever made.
Yeah, I'm saying that goes beyond historical value. Your example of
Killjoy. Okay, I guess a more recent example would be like, do I have like? I guess you have to love it to go through it.
Yeah,
like,
but if
you have to have some but if
your
Okami,
argument
Kingdom
is just
Hearts, all that shit.
I need it for historical purposes. I don't think you necessarily need to have access to it.
Yeah, but that's also like not what these companies are doing. Like I totally understand that because like in school you have libraries full of like research. You have research libraries where it's like we have every issue of McLean's, and if you want it,
it's there.
It's there.
You don't need to buy it.
You don't need to buy it. We just we'll put some gloves on you so you don't get your fucking grubby oil hands on the pages, and you can like research that shit. Or here's the microfiche. And you can look at it through a microscope.
But I want to dirty it.
Exactly. Exactly. You want dirty McLean.
I want to touch McLean.
But like in this context, like Rockstar is trying to make money, and also this is
you're right. They're here for money, but I think man, they went about it the best. That's the way I would have gone about it.
Just totally cheap. Just throw $2 at it and hope for the best.
Think about it. Like if it were you and me running a company and be like, hey Andy, we got this like beta machine learning software.
I don't know if I could release it though. That's like at least for like if they released it for free. Like if I was like, hey, we're testing this, we did one game, and we're just gonna we'll throw it out there and get some feedback.
Listen, as someone who has sold his soul to the corporate life, you never give something out for free.
Yeah, but then you build goodwill.
No.
Yeah. Oh my god, you're lost. You're too far gone.
You make money.
Oh my god.
If you fuck up,
terrible.
Then there's your opportunity to make goodwill. Oh my god. Because they'll only remember the fix you made. And you'll always be remembered as the great one.
This is why I have a new policy. I'm like, I don't give a shit about apologies. This is like totally off topic.
Okay.
But I have come to the conclusion in my mind that I don't accept apologies for something like really bad because I don't want you to get to like the social plus points for like, oh look, I realized I did something wrong. Oh, like, and all is forgiven. Fuck you, you fucking bitch. Like
but we are going to give you the originals for free, and we
Oh my
promise
god!
that we will fix the game so that you can all have
They're
a
not
wonderful
gonna
time.
fix it. They're not. Gonna
You're
fix
right.
it.
You know why they're not going to fix it? Because they're going to look at the numbers of people playing and be like, oh, they had their fun with their historical value. Done.
I don't know. There's like so many. This topic is like ripe for the picking, and it'll make this podcast go like for 4 hours.
All right, what's your next one?
So yeah, I'll end it there. The other one is, speaking about retro stuff, there's a company called Polymega. They have made hardware emulation kind of in the same way Analog does, but they're lesser known.
Okay.
And they make like a Polymega machine, and then you can buy attachments to play older games like Saturn, Super Nintendo, NES. And they are releasing, for the first time, I don't think anybody else has done this yet, a hardware emulation option for N64 games. This is
So what does that mean?
so they're using like chipsets and hardware so you can play your physical cards to more accurately emulate an N64.
So like if you have a cart,
If you have a card,
you pop it in this machine.
yes,
This machine can plug into modern TVs.
and play that shit at like 1080p.
And any what's the interface? What's the control interface?
It's like their own. I think they usually create like kind of replicas of whatever the controllers are.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're gonna make like
Interesting.
a shitty N64 controller.
That's interesting. Okay. All right.
But this is the first time that N64 has had a hardware emulation option, to my knowledge.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's really cool. This company also did I think it's like Gen 4 systems, like PS1,
Yeah.
Saturn, all that stuff. They made a light gun that works on HD TVs.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. But it doesn't work on the PS2, so I didn't care.
What? Why would the PS2 be on an HD TV?
Because I can play Time Crisis 2 on my HD television.
But the PS2 was never made for HD.
Yeah, but I can play, again, emulation, right? Emulation.
Why do you want to play on a new TV?
Because I listen, I love my CRT, but it's going to die eventually.
So what? You're never going to use it?
I use it sparingly.
What the hell? Are you the kid who bought the new rollerblades and never wore them because he just wanted to shine them and he didn't want to scuff them? And then one day he died. You didn't see that coming.
One day he died.
Oh. Well, you thought I was going to go with he got older and you didn't fit them? You thought I was going that route? No.
One day he
No,
died.
that's not an apt comparison.
What the fuck? What a twist. Wow, isn't my Shyamalan write that monologue? Holy fuck. Partially. Alright? Like I would get new stuff and I would baby it. But like as soon as like a first scratch happens, I'm like, it's over, it's done so.
That's what you're saying.
But yeah, I have 2 CRTs. And I use
So why aren't you playing with both hands? What's going on?
Huh? Well, I could do that on one CRT. It's like you can use it on a better TV.
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is really cool. I recommend people go check it out, especially because Nintendo fucking botched their N64 emulation on the Switch Online. From all the reports I've seen of that. So I think that's the only reason I bring that up, because it's like hot off the tail of Switch looking like shit.
So what exactly is the legality around doing this kind of stuff?
I don't know. I don't really know, because they're developing their own technology.
Yeah, but to work like specifically for someone
But
else's
it's-
proprietary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the proprietary shit is so old that
I guess
maybe
so.
there's a legal precedent of like abandonware,
I guess
or-
maybe.
right? And this is the future that fucking all the corps want to stop with their all digital future, man.
Oh god. Oh god.
All right.
All right.
This is why emulation's necessary, bro. But I just think that's a really cool thing to check out. And N64 is one of those systems that
No one bought.
especially now,
Yeah.
in the COVID era, people have gone back to big time.
Is it because it's 4-player out of the box?
It's 4-player. It's like what they grew up with. Everyone gets mad that Mario Party is like $60 for the cart.
I'm telling you, man, that's the only game anyone bought on that system. Like that's that system's legacy. Fuck 64 Mario.
Bro, Glover.
Fuck Star Fox.
Bro, Chameleon Twist.
Fuck Smash.
Bruh.
It's the
Mischief
Mario
makers.
No,
Shake,
no.
shake.
No.
All right.
Listen, it was Mario Party and Diddy Kong Racing, and that's it.
Are you sure it wasn't Blast Corps?
No, I'm sure. Golden.
And
What's Golden
and
Eye?
Iggy's Wrecking
Oh,
Balls.
now you're talking.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Babe. What about Conquer? Conquer 64.
No, it's Mario Party.
All right. Okay. After that, we got some more announcements. Do you like League of Legends?
I do now.
Oh no. Well, listen. Good news for you. The League of Legends World Championship Finals are coming to Toronto, baby.
Oh, what month?
I don't know. Probably when it just happened, November.
Oh, next year.
Yeah, next year.
I'm down.
Yeah, because I'm saying like I'd go. I think that game's dog shit, but I'll go see it live.
I'll go play it.
I'll be in the league, baby. So yeah, the new venue for 2022 League Championships is Toronto. Exciting for us because we're near Toronto.
I'm down.
And I'm also down. Our ex co-host is also down.
I'm down.
So we can figure this out. But League has announced something even more fun, or not announced, but they're showing more information on it. Project L.
Oh yes.
The League of Legends fighting game has shown off some more stuff.
Yeah.
And this game kind of looks pretty good. This game looks pretty good.
It looks good for a fighting game.
For a fighting game.
Yeah,
what's
good for a fighting
this
game.
caveat, dude? What the fuck? It turns out that Project L is going to be an assist-based fighter, meaning
Marvel, baby.
it's Marvel, baby. Honestly, I think that's a very good decision. This game doesn't look as crazy as something like the Power Rangers fighting game, where
No, but that game looks too crazy.
that game looks so cool though, right? Summon Megazords and shit. But where in that game it's like touch of death combos.
Yeah.
In this game, it seems like it's more if Tatsunoko versus Capcom was balanced. Right.
That's optimistic.
Yeah, one playable character, one assist character. I'm still unsure if you can tag in your other character and play as both, or if your assist character is strictly your assist character. But they showed off a lot of stuff, and you know what? I don't like to give Riot credit. Shit looks pretty good. All right, they have what is it, like the simple to pick up, hard to master mentality. So there's a lot of special moves that are attached to just like one button press, or a direction and a button.
Yeah.
They saw with Darius where it's like if I press down and S1, which I assume is special 1, it'll do an air grab. Where if you just press S1, it'll do like a ground grab and stuff like that. But they showed off some of like the more optimal combos with Darius, and it's like start with a cross up, charge. You gotta time your charge attack so you get wall bounces, and then you extend your combo with a Jinx rocket, and you take them like mid screen to corner, and it's insane. It looks so cool. I don't want to say that Riot may have made a good game finally, but like maybe, I don't know. It's looking okay.
You're not gonna play it.
I'm gonna try it. It's most likely gonna be free to play.
No, you're not gonna try it.
Why?
Because
Why?
Because there's gonna be a kernel level.
Oh, probably. If there's like a kernel level anti-cheat,
Yep.
that'll be some bullshit.
Yeah, you're not gonna try it. You're not gonna play it.
They did talk about the netcode in this game, and they are going with a rollback netcode.
Isn't that just the base?
I think that's the base. Now,
Yeah.
the new King of Fighters is getting rollback. Guilty Gear kind of made it really popular.
Like if you don't have it, then what's the point?
True.
It's 2021.
But the thing they're doing on top of their role-based netcode is that they're using their, like, I forget what their like internal term was for it, but they have their own dedicated like league servers across the country.
Oh yeah, that was sounding pretty cool. Their little network.
Yeah, their little network they got going on in their intranet.
Yeah.
And how it works is that they will connect the games to their own data center. So it'll go from your house to a data center, and then rapidly transfer that information through data centers. Like most internet is done.
Sounds pretty cool.
But they have detection software. So if your opponent's connection is laggy, you don't get penalized for it. Meaning you don't see that issue. So you're still playing at good speed, but they get punished for it.
I see.
And also, if your opponent rage quits, I thought this was huge. If your opponent rage quits in the middle of a match, the netcode will determine where in the match you were, who is winning and who is most likely to win, and then assign you that win, and then punish the other player for leaving.
That could go one of two ways, and I'm only hoping for that it's gonna be good.
So it does sound like, hey, exploit us.
Yeah,
right?
like that's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But
I love the idea because nobody else really does that. Like in Tekken, it's really bad where you just kind of leave and it sucks. Street Fighter 5, you get that, and then it's like,
yeah,
well, that was a wasted match.
It's just a loss. Yeah,
That was a wasted match. That sucks.
that happened to me this week.
In what?
iRacing.
Oh, really?
I started on pole and then I got a disconnect.
Oof.
I lost 100 iRating.
That sucks, dude.
And for context, a win gives you 100.
Well, you shouldn't have disconnected. I was telling you.
Fuck.
So was that on you or was that on the server side?
I was on the server side.
Oof.
Yeah. It wasn't like my internet was fine, but they just
fucking email John iRacing. Tell him to give you your points back.
Whatever. It's whatever.
So yeah, I think Project L looks really cool. So they showed off Darius, heavy hitter. He's got a lot of his moves from the fighting game. He can charge up attacks to give them different properties.
Yeah.
Echo uses all of his time stuff.
Yeah.
So he can leave a older time version of himself that he can warp back to.
Yep.
And he has like a little time grenade that when it hits the enemy, it slows them for a little bit.
Yes.
And you can combine all of that in conjunction to like do a move that leaves a shadow, then do a cross up, and then go back to the other side by rewinding and doing another attack. Like, it's so nuts. Who else is in there? Jinx. She had all her guns, very projectile based. Seems like a zoner. And then a little bit of Ari.
Oh, just tiny. She just did like the back and forth.
Yeah, she was just air juggling
Yeah.
like a motherfucker. It seems like she was just doing her League of Legends ult.
It's fucked that I'm starting to know these characters.
I know. I can't wait to hear about your week. I want to see what's up. If you're lost in the sauce, right? We got to get you off the wagon. But yeah, Project L looks cool.
It does.
L looks really cool.
To be honest, I'm actually like I won't play this game. Like, let's be real, I don't play fighting games, but this game does look cool. It looks like something that'll be fun to watch. But I'm way more excited because we all know how big the Riotverse is, with the merch.
Oh my god!
Like, I cannot wait to see like what's the official League fight stick.
I really can't. I really hope that you don't get into League of Legends.
Why?
Strictly for merch purposes.
Why?
Because I'm looking at this statue up here. This $8 million Diva statue you bought for Blizzard.
Yeah.
League does that 10 times as more.
No, I know, but I mean, like, because like every time I'm buying, even just computer peripherals, right? It's like, oh, this mouse is...
This is the Gundam mouse.
Yeah, or this is the KDA mouse,
Yeah.
right? Like, and like, I want to see the fight stick.
Oh no!
Show me the Project L fight stick.
Well, actually, you know what? I support this because if you get the fight stick, you gotta play it.
Oh, I didn't say I'm gonna buy it.
Oh,
I just want to see it.
I'm just saying maybe you'll get it.
I just want to take a look.
Maybe you'll obtain it.
I just want to touch
in
it
some way. I might talk to somebody.
I just want to.
I'll be like,
throw
hey,
that knob.
I think for Christmas you might really like this fight stick.
Wow.
Plan it. I don't have to tell you. And there was also another trailer for Dungeon Fighter Online Duel.
I don't even remember
DNF
this,
Duel.
but you say
it's a new Arc Systems game, so it uses the Guilty Gear engine. If you remember, like Grand Blue Fantasy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a Dungeon Fighter Online is a. It's not even an MMO. It's just an online beat 'em up by Nexon, and it's really popular in Asia, which makes sense of why now Arc Systems is making a fighting game. Honestly, I don't know anything about Dungeon Fighter other than it is very popular.
Yeah.
And all my friends who like Dungeon Fighter are losing their shit over this game.
Really?
So if you like Dungeon Fighter, go check out that trailer. It looks cool. And then the last two things I want to talk about are more serious stuff. Some Activision news in their whole dealy, their sexual harassment stuff.
Never ends.
Never end. Does not end. Phil Spencer from Xbox, that's where he's from, and Jim Ryan from Sony have both apparently internally voiced their displeasure with how Activision is handling their situation. Even so much so that Phil Spencer was on record saying that he's evaluating their relationship with Activision Blizzard. What that means in like a business sense, I don't know how much they can really say no to Blizzard. I mean, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Um,
But like where does this leave the games?
right?
Yeah.
Right.
What goes on? Like what's next? Like is this it? Is this Call of Duty done? Diablo 4 is no. Overwatch 2 it will cease to exist?
I don't think so.
Exactly. I mean these games are coming out.
like these games are coming out. The thing is this to me is strictly
Get Bobby B out of there.
yeah, CEO talk.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Right? Phil Spencer's like, I could be the CEO of Activision Blizzard. Like, I could do that. Or it's just face saving. Like, look, your CEO is not like this CEO. Don't think that all CEOs are bad.
But I do.
But I do, and there's no going back.
Like that's part of the role.
It's just corporate ass kissery, I guess. But it's you're all about that. Damn, I didn't know you subscribed to that tag.
Absolutely.
But this definitely doesn't feel, for as big of a news as people made it seem to be. To me, it doesn't feel like anything substantial.
It's just whatever.
This is just they have to do that. Like that is like obligatory.
I think so. Yeah, because if they don't say anything, then people just take the assumption, well, why aren't you saying anything?
Yeah, why didn't you say anything?
Do you side with them?
Silence is violence, Vince.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
That's the one.
Yeah, there you go.
That's that dumb fucking.
Yeah, okay. That's the motto I was trying to research.
Yeah, and if you saw this and you were like, "Oh my god, they're really like taking a stand," all this, they don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't. Oh, like you said, that's so sad. You're like
No.
they really don't. You're like, oh man.
Let's just say I've been in a lot of executive meetings this week, and it's like, such is man.
Such is man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think Bobby Kotick's gonna last at that company?
Yes.
Really?
Because the board has requested he stay.
So, I agree.
Like,
I don't think Bobby Kotick is going anywhere. There was, remember that like small group of investors I talked about last week who were saying like he should leave and all this stuff, but they only held like 4% of shares or some shit. So Polygon did an interview with them and like directly talked to them about their stance and everything. But then that other news came out where everybody else on the board is just like, fucking no, LOL.
Yeah.
This dude makes Call of Duty.
Like at the end of, like, I think we have to remember Bobby Kotick brought Activision out from the grave.
Yeah.
He is to Activision what Steve Jobs was to Apple.
And he somehow managed to merge with Blizzard.
Yeah, like in many people's eyes, yes, this is awful, but at the same time, he is but a god.
Damn, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, because when you came out and you said that he was like, try me, bitch, or whatever, I'll see you into the ground. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen from that. Nothing, absolutely nothing. He's got too much sway. He adds too much value to the company.
Yeah.
And as a publicly traded company, the shareholders are gonna want their fucking dividends.
Yeah, because the alternative is he leaves, and then what? The company's directionless. Like,
I don't think they have anybody.
Leader.
Do you even know the VP of Activision?
No,
exactly. I don't either. Who is it?
And who are they gonna poach from another company? Who could they convince enough to save this shit show now?
Peter Moore coming back.
No
more soccer, kid. Yeah, who's Rob Kostic? Nobody knows who Rob Kostic is.
Yeah. So there you go.
But yeah, it's a sad day in business times. But one of the final ones I had was actually a really interesting video that you linked me.
Yes.
It was on the Xbox, was it Microsoft Alumni Network channel?
Hell yeah.
I had no idea what the fuck this thing was.
I think it's like 16K subs.
Yeah, it's like an official like biz dev YouTube channel from Microsoft. But they had the Xbox Pioneers.
Yes.
Talk. The byline was creativity and innovation, past, present, and future. Where they talked with a bunch of big Xbox wigs.
They did.
Hosted
But the biggest Xbox
by
fan of them all.
Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah, the biggest Xbox fan.
That's I don't know how they did it. You know, actually, I know how they did it. They offered Reggie a lot of money.
Listen, he doesn't even know how they did it because he doesn't know why he was there.
He doesn't know. It's like, I can't believe I'm here. But yeah, former Nintendo of America president and COO Reggie Fils-Aimé. He hosted this Microsoft event where they talked with Robbie Bosch, Eddie Freeze, Peter Moore, and Bonnie Ross.
Bonnie Ross is still 343 though,
yeah,
right?
she's at 343, but she headed up like Halo or she worked on Halo for all these years, and now she's heading up like Halo 5 and all that shit.
Yeah.
So these are all big wigs. Like Eddie Fries was Fries? How do you pronounce that?
I think it was Freeze.
Ed Fries. He was I think he was the VP of
Microsoft
Game Dev.
Yep.
During the original Xbox launch.
Yep.
And Robbie Bach, I remember him just being like, "I'm the Xbox officer." Like he just didn't want to be a corporate dude.
Yeah.
For some reason. And Peter Moore's Peter Moore. Everybody knows Peter Moore.
He headed Xbox during the 360.
During the 360 era, and then left to go head up a soccer club in England.
Is that what he left to do?
Yeah.
And then he came back to do
Then he came back to Microsoft Technologies, and he's working on real-time 3D modeling.
Cool.
Where you can like watch sports events in 3D live as it's happening.
Fuck, I need that.
That sounds cool as shit. So this talk was really interesting. It's about like 45 minutes. They talked about a lot of different possibilities for the future. They're like reminiscing about Xbox launches and stuff like that. A lot of really interesting, just like tidbits about the development of the original Xbox. Like they had to sell Bill Gates on a broadband connector because they were like, either we build a modem into the Xbox or we just put an Ethernet port and then hope that broadband takes off. And Bill Gates was like, "Nah, dog, let's put a modem in there." And they're like, no, like just put we're gonna lose money on this shit. Just put and they sell them on it. And after they sold them on it, apparently Bill Gates just like went across the country doing biz dev with telecom companies.
Yeah, he's like, I need this.
So they could make Xbox work. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's big brain.
The reason America has broadband is because of the Xbox. That's nuts.
I want to say it's a bit more than that. Like I'm sure it just aligned with the future of what he thought the PC was gonna do.
But I like to think that Bill Gates had 100% control in the future of internet connectivity.
He did though, because I mean it is Microsoft.
Yeah. But yeah, imagine Bill Gates walking into your office and being like, "I need you to invest in broadband."
Yeah.
Like, but they brought up a lot of really interesting kind of topics and questions that I wanted to talk about here because they had a lot of interesting conversations about it, but it's from the executive perspective, right? They are looking at it from this ultra macro perspective, and they're looking at it from like, what could be, what is the future? And I thought if I could bring some of these here, then we could talk about it in more of a consumer sense. So one of them was the possibility of the amalgamation of entertainment mediums just coming together. And in the future, there is no like this just book, just comic, just video game.
Yeah.
It is a mix of everything all together. I looked at that, or I heard what's his face say that? Was it Chief Tech? I already forget his name. Fucking technical officer, dude. Robbie. I heard Robbie Bach say that. And I'm like, Robbie, you crazy. I don't know if there's ever going to be a situation where you're just going to have a single entertainment future, but I definitely can see more crossover. Do you think that's like anything that's even close to coming to fruition? Can you even think of like examples where that happens now?
I think
like, would you even want that as a consumer, or do you want that like siloed experience of like, this is the video game, this is music?
I definitely think I can see that, but it won't happen in the traditional sense of how like we sit down and play a game. I think it's gonna be more like we've already begun down that path, right? Everything we do is gamified, but you know, like fitness is huge, right? But the biggest thing about fitness is you've gamified fitnesses.
You track your gains, you
Yeah.
get points.
There's certain
There's like those
ones.
running apps where it's
Yeah.
like you're getting chased by a zombie.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Like AR for fitness, like that's a
Mhm.
big deal. But I imagine that that's soon one day going to be just everywhere. I think the more and more we move towards digital platforms, that's absolutely going to be a reality. I think that you remember the Google glasses, like the lens,
Yeah.
like I I think that may or may not come back in some sort of form. And I do think that when you look at digital ads, it is going to activate certain things. And
Like the Blade Runner future of I have my glasses on, but then because I see this board, the board reads my glasses, which has my
absolutely,
information, and then
absolutely. I also think you remember Nintendo. What is it? Spot Pass.
yes.
I feel like that's going to be also a big thing, but only this time it'll be just walking by people, and you can actually visually see your interactions in terms
Mhm.
of like, let's say I set my status to like open, right?
Yeah.
On my Spot Pass, whatever, and I can definitely see how like those kind of gamifications can happen. I'm still unsure of how I would sell someone on like the traditional experience of enjoying a certain medium like a movie or a book or a game and integrating that into my real into like the everyday life.
Mhm.
Like I don't know how that fits in seamlessly where it's one unified experience, but I can imagine it being like that. I just or like I understand the concept and I wouldn't disagree with it.
I could so that's the thing. Like I can see it happening. I guess like the success of it, I don't know if that would ever like happen within my lifetime.
I think
Like
it's gonna
that kind of
come.
stuff.
I think it'll come faster than you think.
It it's one of those things where whenever I see like people try and mix mediums, right? Like I think recently Tinder has a choose your own adventure game,
Yeah,
and then you play the game and then match with people who have made the same choices as you and
yeah,
stuff like that. Or Netflix with their
yeah,
Bandersnatch thing,
yeah.
right? Where everyone is always like, "This seems cool." It wasn't that great, but also I never hear about people talk about, "Oh, I can't wait for this to be good." It's there's never any like I guess optimism on the horizon for that type of mixed experience.
But I think, I mean, I'm gonna sound like such a marketer, but
Disrupt the market,
no,
baby.
the consumer doesn't know what they want. You have to sell it to them,
Ooh.
right?
I see you're coming over with me. The market's not right. The market doesn't
So,
know.
I mean, like look at your smartphone, right?
Yeah,
When the iPhone came out, people were like, "We get it, it's a big screen, but why
mhm,
do I need that?"
exactly. Yeah.
But it wasn't until like Apple gave you a reason. They gave you the App Store. They told you your iPod was on it. 5 years later, every phone looks the same, right?
Yeah.
So I just like I think all it takes is that one spark. Like someone's just gonna nail the idea,
Mhm.
and then I think it'll all just snowball from there.
Yeah, that there. I was listening to an investing podcast this week, and they had brought up an old David Letterman interview with Bill Gates,
Yeah,
where he Bill Gates was talking about the internet,
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, what? So you can like listen to your
I've seen
football
this
game
interview.
on on the computer,
Yeah,
like the radio, right?" And David Letterman's he's a comedian. His job
yeah.
is to point out the obvious, make people laugh or whatever. But it does, in retrospect, make him look like a fucking idiot,
Absolutely.
right? And then it also it begs the question of, I think this has been that question has been around like for as long as I guess digital entertainment has been around. Of like, do people like it because they wanted it, or did was it shoved down their throats enough that they eventually accepted it or they succumbed to it, right?
Okay.
Because there's obviously the argument with like social media of like it's way more negative than good, but everybody uses it, so if you don't use it you're at a detriment to everyone else who does use it, type of
Mm-hmm.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? I guess we'll see how that works going forward, but yeah, I guess you're more like it'll happen and it'll probably happen fast and quick, and I guess I'm more like I love the concept, I love the idea, but I don't know if for me it just seems like do you listen to the latest Trash Taste episode?
No.
They were talking about how like anime now is like really derivative and stuff,
Okay.
and I kind of think the same way about that in terms of like movies. There's a lot of games coming out recently. Was it Battlefield, Far Cry 6?
Mm-hmm.
And there were two others that came out that are just fucking busted upon release.
Okay.
And it seems like I don't know if corporations are in a creative enough space or they even give a shit enough about their own content that they could make that work. Right? It's to if they can't even get the solo medium right, what makes them think they can get the mixed medium right type of thing,
Mm.
right?
Mm. I think, uh, well, how can I put it? I think it depends on the target you're looking at, right? Like, you bring up Battlefield or
Mhm.
Far Cry, and those are highly specific games. They're pretty big games, but
Yeah, yeah. These are I bring those up only because they are the triple A. These are the biggest budget releases,
yeah,
right? With
but
the most money behind them.
I think those games will still exist,
Mhm.
probably in a somewhat similar state, and they'll exist for enthusiasts like us.
Yeah.
But when I think about the future of like the one medium future
Yeah.
that we're proposing, I don't have those kind of games in my mind.
Mhm.
I think it all the people who play games on on their phone, right, on their
Yeah.
mobile device,
Yeah.
like those style games. And I think absolutely we can see how those are implemented in everyday life sooner or later,
Yeah, and
right?
I guess that would be the divide between like
Yeah.
people who watch Breaking Bad and people who watch Days of Our Lives,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Where one is like mass consumption and the
yeah.
other one is just like we're trying to make
Yeah.
a certain vision.
Yeah. Cuz like I saw a crazy stat and I didn't realize this, but when I read it, I'm like, oh, makes sense. I didn't realize the App Store, like the Apple App Store,
Mhm.
it's gaming makes more money than Sony, Nintendo, and PlayStation combined.
Yeah. Yeah,
And like
100%.
that's wild. So it's like that really like, and it's that
It,
is why I think it all stemmed from something like why Apple will never make a console. It's like you're right. Why should they?
why would they ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's where and if that's the direction that the market is going to head, that's where it's going to head.
Mhm.
So
But does the market know? We
the
just go
market
cyclical.
doesn't know.
But I don't know. That was actually a really good conversation. Just
Okay.
that part was really interesting. And then going into what we were talking about before, like VR, AR.
Yeah.
What do you think as a consumer is the future? So what they were saying is a lot of them were like, why not both, right? And of course, why not both? Like they're coming at it from the executive angle, but it felt like there was more of a push towards AR
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
they were thinking, and I think Peter Moore said it, where they're like the helmet delivery system is no bueno.
Absolutely.
If VR can get away from putting on the helmet and having that full sensory deprivation, right?
Yeah.
If you could just put on like VR glasses and do that, then maybe. But to them, it seemed like AR. Do you think what side are you on for that
AR.
future?
Absolutely.
AR, 100%?
AR. VR. I think VR can exist. I think VR can work, but VR has to go like how can I put it? It has to go like isekai levels of Sword Art Online, where it's like my conscience is off.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way VR can work.
Okay.
But I think AR is the future definitely because like I think about because at the end of the day, you don't want. I think as people, you don't want to be like I guess it's a bad example. You don't want to be behind a screen, right?
Mhm.
You want to be part of the world. You want to be interacting with your peers, and you want to be part of community. And I think there's a lot of activities we do now that can only be enhanced with AR. Like I would love to do Mario Kart in go karts,
Mhm.
or like imagine doing an escape room with AR components.
Yeah, you put on some glasses
Like
and you get like some weird shit going on.
it's like you can actually get the killer in there,
Yeah.
right? Like so, I do think I think we're closer to a VR future than an AR future.
Oh, most definitely.
But I think AR is the end game. I think the day when, and this probably also could be an absolute nightmare, but the day when the real world and AR coexists perpetually together
Mm-hmm.
is
Like when you have a kid and the doctor's like, "Hey, do you want your baby to get the AR chip in his eyeballs?"
yeah, like that's like at that point, and then you're just walking through the mall,
Yeah.
right? And you have all these extra like digital features sent to you.
Mhm.
Like, I think that could be dangerous, but at the same time, it's also part of the future.
Yeah, that's like a thing where like I don't know if that like I can see the future being that,
Yeah.
but like I better become a dictator because like I need to. That shit scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but at the same time, like, imagine 100 years from now, like that could just be the norm. And if you don't have a chip in you, you're just like
True.
you're like the guy. You're like
Yeah,
me.
and then it'll
Yeah,
be the chicken or the egg question from
yeah,
before. Whereas if everybody's using it and
yeah,
then you don't use it, like what advantage are you getting? Or
yeah,
it's a detriment to society.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're making it a necessity, right?
yeah,
Which is like a really dangerous concept.
yeah.
I also kind of think AR is the future. I like to think about AR in more of like a fun and games type of way rather than an all-encompassing this is your life now way. But I do agree with Peter Moore when he mentions that like the helmet thing is not
Absolutely. Like,
great.
have you tried VR?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not. I just feel like I have an extra 20 pounds on the front of my face.
yeah, like that's the reason why for my sim rig I didn't go with VR. It was
Mhm.
just because I'm gonna sit there for hours.
Yeah,
And I didn't
train
want.
those neck muscles,
Yeah,
baby.
no, thank you. No.
Yeah, I also think that, and then Reggie had mentioned that like it's not necessarily technology that brings that stuff forward. It's more killer apps, and I 100% agree with that. If you have like a cool technology, but you have nothing cool to use it with,
Yeah.
get fucked, right?
Yeah.
Are you kind of in the same camp there?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you ever think there is an instance where the technology can overtake the lack of usage?
No.
Yeah.
No. No. Not at all. And I think that is kind of always been like that is true for everything, right? And I think history is always is able you're always able to see this kind of stuff through history, where like which products have survived and which ones have changed the game, right?
Mhm.
And like again, I'll bring up the iPhone. Like
Yeah.
as a piece of hardware, a technological device, amazing. But would have it survived if the App Store wasn't a thing?
Probably
Right?
not.
Right. So
And well, the opposite end of that,
yeah,
I would say, is Google Glass, where Google Glass is like this
super cool, but
super cool technology, but the only thing you could really use it for in the news was like peeping,
yeah.
right? Like that's all people
So
ever did with it.
yeah, that's true. So like, you definitely need a killer app.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the Wii. I remember when they launched, they
Wii
announced it.
Sports, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're releasing an underpowered console with a motion stick,
That's insane.
and
You're insane.
and on the other side is like, look at the cell with our 8
That's,
processors.
hell yeah, the Emotion
Yeah,
engine.
and the 360's like, look at us, we got to add on HD DVD.
You could barbecue steak on our console.
And which one sold the best? It's like, well,
So wait, he brings that up too.
Yeah,
At the beginning.
it's like, geez, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I guess like speaking of like the weird future that we can possibly move towards,
Yeah,
that brings up the last question they bring up, which is the social responsibility when creating
that's a tough question.
AR and VR experiences.
Yeah,
So I thought this was really interesting because Reggie brings up him as a parent,
yeah.
right? Where he's like, AR, at least you have some connections with the real world. But what he thinks of is like, what would I want my kid doing? Would I want my kid in his room in the VR space, fully zoned out of the real world
Yeah,
and having fun? Or would I want him interacting with the things around him? And he's like, I probably want the AR future. Peter Moore also kind of agreed, but Ed Freese was straight up like, bro, it's like my kids have their online friends and their in-person friends. It's the user's choice type of thing. And he went straight for like it is individual responsibility. The corporation is not responsible for what happens to society based on these technologies. And I'm like, damn, Ed, you crazy. Like
I think he's got a point.
oh my god. Like this question brings up a lot of issues with like modern day technology we have now, right? Like again, going back to social media, of like the big issue of like should these companies be broken up? Should they be regulated like publishers and stuff like that? And if you're talking about taking one's own existence and and commodifying the like your life basically,
Yeah,
I feel like that comes with a big social responsibility that I definitely wouldn't want to trust with a board, like a board of shareholders.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know if I could answer this question like at all. Like it's just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of them did err on the side of like, yeah, we're definitely getting into dangerous future technology.
Absolutely.
And I kind of agreed with everybody except for Ed. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't give you definitive, kind of like you, but I do err on the side of like, it made me think like it's kind of crazy that the biggest social network, Facebook, were created by people who have the least experience socially, right? Like all these fucking computer nerds who didn't have friends, socially awkward as fuck, might just be diagnosed with Asperger's, are
Wow.
dictating the way people communicate in everyday life now. And I don't know, that whole concept like scared the shit out of me. Of just like, wow, yeah, we really did let someone who is socially inept dictate how we are social.
Yeah. Wicked.
I don't know. It's scary.
Let your dreams be dreams.
Like, let your dreams be dreams. Don't follow them.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's scary as fuck out there. But yeah, those are just some of the questions I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting talk. I think I listened to it like 3 times. Like,
wow.
I really enjoy that like high level discussion.
Yeah.
Even though like a good 10 minutes of it is all of them just like jerking themselves off and being like, I did all this and I did all these accomplishments. I have a new book out. And it's very exec talk. Like, don't expect anything that's pure entertainment. It's still like, I'm in a room full of executives listening to them passively aggressively make fun of each other.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But it's a really interesting insight to that level of business decision making. And I think if you're interested in video games at all, or like business even at all, definitely check out that talk, Xbox Pioneers,
sure. Creativity
and Innovation. It was a super, super interesting talk. Those are my picks.
Cool.
That's it.
Mine are nowhere near as thought provoking. So I'll write.
We gotta bring it down for when we get into our weeks, and we're just like, I'll watch the anime.
Yeah. That's true. What do you think about Chrono Trigger?
I think Chrono Trigger's cool.
Well, whatever, because there's a Chrono Cross remaster apparently on the way.
Oh, really?
Chrono Cross. I think that's the one with like 102 characters.
Yeah, and I think the best tank is the lolly girl.
It was the 90s.
Yeah.
So again, the 90s are coming back.
It's a rumor. Okay.
It's a rumor. The other big rumor is Amazon nears a deal to make a Mass Effect TV series. Would you watch it?
No.
Yes, you would.
No. I'd watch one episode for the podcast.
Yes, so you'd watch it.
I'd watch one episode
and
for
you
the
will
podcast.
love it.
If it happens. It's all rumors, all right? Just like this Chrono Cross thing. Like, Chrono Cross is cool. Nobody cares about Chrono Cross.
You're right. We should have a Chrono Trigger remake. That's what we need.
Yeah, exactly. So live action Chrono Trigger. Get a real frog to play Toad.
I cast Karopi.
I cast Karopi.
Or Kermit. Oh, Kermit could be good too.
What kind of frog would Frog be?
A bull toad.
Just a bull toad with a
sword.
sword.
Bullfrog with a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
All right.
Or, I cast Herman from the Magic School Bus.
No. No. But I don't know. Those are cool rumors.
Yeah,
We'll see.
There's a new Dragon Ball game out in the works.
Yes, we watched the trailer for this.
Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
So that subtitle makes no sense based on what we're going to tell you about this game.
Because this game looks like a survival action horror.
Think Dead by Daylight. Think Evolve.
Yes.
It is
asymmetrical multiplayer.
Yeah, one person strong, many people weak.
So the trailer shows off Cell killing civilians, and you were either playing as Cell or you're playing as one of these civilians trying to hide and, I guess, hurt Cell, stall Cell.
Yeah.
And there's certain conditions that you can do to win. I think one of them builds a time machine to
Mhm.
escape to another.
Another dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can like fly off into space.
Yeah.
And yeah, as the what is it like? As the
It's-
survivors, you just
yeah.
have to get out.
Then you have to break free
Yeah.
because it's the breakers. So, yeah.
But then as Cell, you could evolve. You start off as like tiny Cell.
Yeah, and you eat people and then you become perfect Cell.
And like it really is. Here's a bunch of regular dudes.
Yeah, like,
and if you're Cell, you can just blow up blocks with Kamehamehas and shit.
yeah, it's wild. Like, who asked for this? And
I'm into it. I don't know.
Oh man,
It looks pretty cool.
I saw this and I was like, nope.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, I think this is where the new idea versus tried and true comes in.
Like, this game looks so jank.
It looks so sick.
It looks
Hell
so
yeah.
jank.
Yeah, it looks sick. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah, that looks so cool.
Like, it looks like it should have come out on the PS3. Let's be real.
That's honestly, graphics don't need to be better than the PS3.
Wow.
Really?
How dare
Come
you?
on.
How dare you? How dare you?
You ever see God of War 3? It looks pretty
Have
good.
you seen God of War 2018?
Yeah, it's almost as good as,
Wow.
I think it's a little too much.
Oh my
You
God.
know?
Have you heard of this game called Horizon Zero Dawn?
I actually don't like the look of Horizon Zero Dawn.
You suck.
Yeah.
I know games you like though.
Tell me.
Ghosts.
Hell yeah. That game was pretty sick.
I saw you played some, so we'll get there soon. My last pick is Fanatec have officially
Oh, the guys you're sponsored by.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because you bought like what, 20 wheels from them recently?
Maybe. Anyways, they had announced a partnership with Gran Turismo earlier this year, and at the same time earlier this year, they released a product called the CSL DD. And it is like groundbreaking in that it offers like the highest level of sim racing wheel technology at a consumer level price point of like $350. So everyone thought, and like that one that they released was PC and Xbox compatible only, but once they announced the Gran Turismo sponsorship, everyone had predicted they're going to make a PlayStation one. This is it. It's the what is it called? It's called the Fanatec DD Pro Gran Turismo.
It's a very German name. It's very efficient.
Yeah, but it's basically direct drive Pro Gran Turismo. The reason it's called that's because it's a bundle. So this is the wheelbase, the base set of pedals, a table clamp, and a wheel that you can only get in this bundle. It has been designed by the team over at Polyphony. You can tell because there's a giant GT in the middle.
Yes.
And the button layout looks wild.
See, when you were like, I could tell it was designed by Polyphony because it looks like shit.
Yeah.
I always like when they design shit. I love all their like little, oh, this is the Polyphony concept car.
Yeah.
And like all those look so cool.
I'm just like, oh man, that is like someone like there's an L2, like the shoulder buttons on this wheel pop out at you like switches.
Yeah.
And I'm
so cool.
I'm just like, why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Maybe it's got some like secret tech. I don't know.
But the thing about this wheel is that it's kind of expensive. It's $6.99.
But it's a set.
It's a set.
It's not just the wheel.
Yeah, so it's the base, the wheel, table clamp, and pedals.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess.
Is that a shifter?
No.
No. Okay.
There's paddle shifters.
Yeah,
so
in the wheel. Okay.
I guess $6.99 is about right.
It's weird that it's like on par with like a top end VR headset, or like a mid range VR headset, because I think the top end is like 1,000.
No.
Is it not? Has it gone down?
It's top end.
Yeah.
Top end VR headsets.
Yeah.
You know Valve Index is $1,500.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Mamma mia.
And like, I guess that's the mainstream ones. Like, if you want a really good headset,
like I thought it was the Oculus.
I think that's like $2,000.
Real?
Wait, not the Oculus. No, sorry. The
I swear my friend just said she bought
the Reverb G2. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's like $2,000.
Damn, son.
But yeah, the Oculus I think is like $800.
Okay, so mid range.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not cheap.
It costs as much as much more than the console.
That said, the current Logitech wheel out there right now costs about $450. So I would say if you were in the market for that, just save another paycheck and get this
Just
because it is
save one more week.
Yeah, it is like night and day the difference because I got my CSL DD this week and it is
Noise.
unbelievable.
Okay.
I still have to set it up. Like it is one of those things where it's you gotta
find your brake positioning again.
no, it's just the wheel feels totally different. But
Okay.
anyways, that leads me into my week. So I've been doing that, and oh, I guess I should say about the wheel that they designed at Polyphony. It looks whatever.
It looks like a wheel, like
Yeah,
a wheel
whatever.
wheel.
But based off of what I could see and the adapters they used, it is Fanatec's lowest end wheel.
Oh my god!
Like it is all 100% plastic. Like
Okay.
plastic, like it's scratchy plastic. So don't expect the best, but I think as a package deal, it's pretty good. It comes out in March, but it goes on sale Black Friday for pre-order. And I think Polyphony have said that if you just want the wheel base, they will sell that to you eventually down the line, which is probably something I'll look into if I get Gran Turismo.
Okay.
Fuck me, I'll get Gran Turismo.
You're gonna get Gran Turismo. It's
Yeah.
not an option.
But anyway, so my week is I got the CSL DD. It is on the rig, but I have to adjust the spacing because I don't
Okay.
I like where I placed it.
Yeah.
There's
Where's the wheel though?
I took it off.
'Cause it's not there.
Yeah, because I had to put wheels. So I'll show you one.
One.
Here.
One. What do you mean one?
So this is I bought the WRC wheel,
Why?
the World Rally Championship
I-
official esports
Yeah.
wheel,
Why?
because I wanted a round wheel. So what are your impressions when you pick up this wheel and you feel it? Tell me what you think.
It's a bit heavy.
Okay.
I like I can't believe the paddle shifters are metal.
Yeah, you think so?
Are they not metal?
No, they're metal.
Oh, okay.
What
Like
do you think of the construction?
I don't know. It feels really solid. Like
So it's
this-
like so
this-
basically it's wrapped in Alcantara.
Yeah.
The top part is an LED light, so like it matches when you
Okay.
drive. There's an OLED on in the front that shows you your gears and your.
Yeah. This feels like I would put it in a car.
Really?
Kinda.
Because I think that feels super cheap.
Really.
Yeah.
I think this feels really nice. I think this feels better than my Mazda 3 steering wheel.
Oh wow.
Like
Okay.
in my old Mazda.
I think it's just because this is so basically the base of this is their basic wheels, Fanatec's basic
Okay.
wheel, but they've added components to make it feel premium. Like there's an aluminum front plate. The whole thing is wrapped in Alcantara. I hate the shifters on this one.
Why?
I don't think they feel good.
It's so clicky.
No, okay, I'll show you the other wheel,
Okay.
and then I want you to tell me what you really think.
Oh, it's probably gonna be insane. What's the other wheel?
So the other wheel I have
That's not a wheel. That's not round.
is the Fanatec Formula V 2.5X.
Damn, son.
X standing for Xbox. So what are your impressions of this wheel?
That. Oh, my
baby!
god!
I see you.
What the fuck was that?
So those are two neodymium magnets.
I'm sorry.
To make sure that
The fuck's in? What'd you call me?
they're
Bitch.
this has like infinite amount of buttons. You have
What am I
like
looking at?
super adjustable motions. There's an analog stick on this side. This is a funky switch, goes up and down, but you can turn
Yeah,
it.
it's got like an 8-way. No, it's 4-way.
Yeah, it's forward because you could also turn it, like
That's-
spin the dial.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So this is the wheel that I'm going to be using for almost everything. For
I hope
iRacing,
so.
for Assetto Corsa. The price of that base WRC wheel, actually the round one, I think is $200.
Okay.
This one,
$10,000.
no, it's $350.
Okay.
So there is a significant gap,
Mhm.
but
Jesus.
I
Christ,
think
though.
it's definitely worth.
The gap is worth the
Yeah.
quality difference.
Even
Oh,
the-
what the
even-
fuck are these things on the middle? You got like
It's so you can adjust on the fly.
what the fuck?
Like if you need to adjust your brake bias or your traction control.
Holy shit, dude! This has more buttons than a regular controller.
If you can customize the LEDs, so mine all light up pink before I hit the rev limiter.
That's your. What the? This is crazy.
Yeah, those those aren't even the highest end paddle shifters. You can buy one above. But then that wheel $600, and I thought, okay, I need to stop somewhere. So
Should have stopped at $600.
yeah.
Should have stopped. Because I know, dude, you're gonna be playing with this for 6 months, just
Yeah.
like you did your old wheel.
Yeah.
And-
No, but I always planned to get rid of that one
Mm-hmm.
because I knew I was gonna buy this, but I didn't want to be 6 months without a rig.
Alright.
But anyway, so I've tried it. night and day.
This is crazy.
Night and day. So this wheel that you're holding,
I don't want to stop pressing the shifters.
Yeah,
Like
it's
this is
wicked.
very fun.
I know, it's very like if you have like a fidgety thing, it's great to just click the buttons.
Yeah, this is very satisfying.
The one thing, the wheel also has built-in rumble, but not like
It's not through the engine thing over there.
no, it's in the wheel.
That seems excessive.
So you hit a curb, boom,
Boom.
thing. Like it is wild.
Okay.
And I also bought the Fanatec CSL with the power pack, the extra power pack. So
Mhm.
I think it's like 180 watt power pack. It is strong.
Yeah, I bet.
I did the test mode. And I put my hands on it, and it just rips your hands off. And you kind of have to let go because if you don't,
You can just break your fingers off. Like,
kinda,
damn.
you might sprain your wrist. So
That's crazy.
it's dangerous, and I love it.
My game will kill me, and I'm into it.
Like, yeah, I think at this point, I let's just say, hopefully, I'm satisfied for the next little bit.
Ooh, the podium, is that the wheel you said is $600? This Porsche one I'm looking at.
Yeah, because if you look, it has on the back, I think it has like 6 paddle shifters.
Damn.
Because I think there's clutch, bite point, and then there's shifters, and then there's
Yeah, there are. I'm looking at 6 paddle shifters.
Yeah, you
can buy the paddle shifter separately.
So what you can actually do is you could buy just the modules, and you could buy a real wheel and bolt them all together.
That's
So like, say you went to Momo or Sparkle, and you're like, give me this wheel,
yeah.
but I want to play it with my game. You buy the module and you buy the quick release set, and then you can have the real wheel with the buttons on the
Damn.
game. So that's how
Yo,
I
how
think
much
that's how a
for
lot
that
of
Sparko steering wheel?
I think that's what a lot of drifting kids do. Because
Yeah, I would
they
hope so.
buy a
Yeah, they got to get their
circle.
JDM wheel
Yeah,
that says like, "Oh, senpai, drift harder."
pretty much. So like that's what they do.
So
and,
when are you gonna do that?
I don't drift. I don't drift.
We can start.
No. But yeah, so that was that. That was a fun experience. And then we'll talk about the shows I watched. I tried to finish one of these, but the truth is, I started one and then like curiosity got the best of me, and I started the other,
And then you didn't.
and so I just got halfway through both of them.
Damn.
So I picked back up VV's Fluorite Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching this earlier in the year, but the reason I dropped off is because I bought a sim rig and I just played Assetto Corsa for 90 hours.
Who's the studio behind this one again?
Wit Studio.
Yeah, it was Wit Studio.
This is Wit-
Yeah.
So this is the anime they chose to do instead of Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
This is the sci-fi one where it follows the girl Vivi or Diva. She's a songstress AI, and an AI 100 years in the future comes back in time and recruits her to change the past so that I think it's like the future of AI, what's it called? Oppression.
Mm-hmm.
Or, domination doesn't happen.
So it's Terminator.
Kind of.
All right.
Yeah, but it's super sci-fi and it's super crazy. It's definitely got that, like, if you like the sci-fi from Ghost of the Shell, but you don't want it to be super hardcore like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd rather be a little bit more loose and
Fantastical. I guess.
fantastical, that's exactly what this is. It is with Studio. Some amazing fight choreography here.
Nice.
The show 100%, like, for as pretty and as fun as all the sequencing looks, you definitely get a sense of loneliness because it is just one AI character
Mm-hmm.
and her whatever. Every episode plays out as a new mission until you get towards the end, and then things start to heat up. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, I never finished the last 3 episodes. But I was really, really digging it. The problem is, I was having dinner, and I have this thing where if I'm eating, I can't watch anime because I don't want to have to read and eat
Okay.
because I have to look at my plate
What?
to eat.
Okay.
Like I'm not one of those people who can multitask
All right.
that well.
Here's the
on
plan.
eating.
All right.
Learn Japanese.
Learn Japanese.
No. So I was like, well, what can I watch in English? And then Nefka said, oh, this show called Arcane is trending.
Oh no.
I should probably watch it.
Oh no.
So I watched it.
You watch it all?
Got up to episode 4.
Oh wow. So you're one episode past where I was.
This is a very good show.
That's a good show. That's a really good show.
I don't know if you heard about it. Like, and then I went to research more about what the show was about and like where it's from, and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Backstory of the League.
This is the League of the Legends.
Yeah. They revamped their whole lore scenario. It's no more Summoner. It's just
This
fighting.
this show is awesome.
It's a good show.
And the production value in the show is incredible. I really like how the art style they've gone with is like, yes, it's CG, but it's not overtly CG to the point where You feel like you're watching a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
And I do love how all the effects they've done are all in 2D. So like smoke is drawn as a 2D thing. Yeah, I'm just really into it. Like so far, it's definitely just been, yeah, like you said the other week, kids in over their heads,
Yep.
doing some dumbass kid shit.
But we want to prove ourselves.
And then you're kind of like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then
something happens.
something happens. And then when you were showing me the Project L thing, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, that's why
I know these characters.
I know this one
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah, Arcane's pretty good at it. I think if you guys haven't heard of this small little show, you should probably check it out.
It's from this like indie studio.
Yeah,
Riot.
I don't know if like depending on how this ends, you might be hearing me talk about it again towards the end of this year.
All right. Okay.
It's very good.
All right. I have to compete.
Huh?
You have to compete. We'll put it up there. We'll see.
It's quite nice.
It is.
I quite like it.
It's very good.
Very much.
Very good.
And from everything my friends have told me, I will probably really like it by the time I finish it. So, that's my week.
Oh, you didn't play League of Legends. Good for you. All right, good for you.
No.
You stayed off the crack.
I didn't have time. Let's just say I was occupied.
Let me see your desktop right now.
What?
You got the launcher on there? Huh?
Whoa, let me see.
Okay, all right.
LEAO.
No. League Legends Forward? No, you're good.
Yeah. It's not there.
You're good.
Don't worry.
All right. Okay. Oh no! Oh, I saw a file folder I didn't like. Okay, but that was your week?
Yeah.
Okay, my week. The day after we recorded the podcast, I caught up on Osama ranking.
Was that 7 episodes? 6?
6 episodes at the time. That show's good.
Better than Arcane?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like it better than Arcane so far.
Okay.
That show is not afraid to put that kid into messed up situations. Even like if you remember, he is deaf, he is a mute.
Yeah.
He's very weak. But after that first episode, they start popping off on the high fantasy shit.
Oh, really?
They explain why he is deaf and mute and weak, and it's kind of fucked up.
Is this like a?
I wouldn't say it's like as far as like a Made in Abyss type depression.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's like when you fuck your sister and you end up with a fucked up child.
I'm sorry, what? No, it's not. It's not that. It's supernatural.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
It's high fantasy.
Oh.
So think of like demons and curses and shit like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they play with character archetypes in a way where twists and turns happen in ways you do not expect them to. And you're like, this type of character should act A way, but then he takes B route. And you're like, uh-oh.
You in trouble now, boy.
Oh no. There's so much world building within these episodes, and it goes beyond the castle.
Yeah.
Thankfully. It goes beyond the castle and into the world of the rankings. And not everything is as fun as the show initially makes it seem. The adults are very right to be so protective over Boji. And also Boji learns very quickly that his kindness will get taken advantage of, and that ultimately, in most cases, people put themselves over others, no matter their duties to other people.
Yeah, I know.
And I know.
I do it all the time.
And yeah, this show is kind of just like this complete package. The art style continues to be really interesting as it goes along, and it's not like the other animes, like
No.
it's just a nice refresher to see a different art style other than just what modern anime looks like. And yeah, I don't know, just I keep watching the show. Every episode has been a banger, and
A bungar.
I'm keeping up with this weekly,
Wow.
which I haven't done. I don't know if I've done that with a show in like years.
Wow.
So this show will be coming up later.
We'll see.
For sure.
We'll see what Jinx has to say about
Yeah,
that.
just say fucking nothing, little bitch.
Wow.
Killed all your friends, loser.
Oh, wow. Spoilers.
It's episode 1.
Spoilers.
It's episode 1.
Spoilers.
This podcast is no stranger to spoilers.
I'm a spoiler.
And then after that, I played some games. I bought Lost Judgment.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah, I found it. It was at the Ebb Games, or it's GameStop.
It's GameStop.
GameStop now.
There's no Ebb Games.
No Ebb
here.
Games anymore.
The
That's,
boutique.
yeah.
Of electronics.
Yeah, it's gone.
He's gone.
That sucks.
Sorry, de electronique. Okay.
Yeah, Electronic de Boutique. I don't know how to speak French. That game is a Yakuza game.
We knew this.
Yeah, I played so little of it that I can confirm it is still a Yakuza game.
Okay. You just want to try it and see?
I just want to try it and see because I've been putting most of my time
Oh.
into Ghost of Tsushima.
And?
I hate that I like this game so
Oh,
much.
man.
I dislike that
Why?
this game
But
is this
why?
good.
You've always championed the Nihon.
The Nippon.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like when I played this game and I liked it a lot,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, but I know who will love this game.
This is
It's so cheesy.
this game bleeds like what a Westerner thinks of Japanese cinema.
That's why I was so amazed when I saw all these Japanese developers being like, they do it better than us.
They do it so. I'm like, no, they're just doing the tropes.
No,
dog.
they just think it's just because they don't know the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, when I play this game,
Yeah.
I see the team of North Americans behind it.
Yeah.
And I feel them being like, I watched that one scene from the Kurosawa film, and that means wind has to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so cheesy.
So are you which voice lines are you using?
The Nippon.
You're not using the English?
No.
Oh, that makes it even better.
I'm not playing in Kurosawa mode. I'm full color.
Okay.
But I got the director's cut upgrade.
Oh, okay.
So because you gave me the game
Yeah.
for free because you already had the PS5 version, and then so I was like, well, I'll buy the director's cut upgrade, and so all the lip stuff syncs up now and stuff like that.
Okay, that's good.
And yeah, it looks like I'm just watching an old Japanese film.
So you like it?
It's cheesy as fuck, but it's really good cheese.
No.
Like, it's really high quality cheese.
Oh god, it's like this the Parmesan.
Yeah, it's the Parmigiano Reggiano. It's Mamma Mia Pizzeria. Holy moly. This game's good.
That game is so like I can't believe we both didn't play this when it came out.
Yeah. And I'm really sitting here playing this game like the fucking standoff mode.
Oh, and then they go side by side.
And it's and you like, oh, hold the button so you're sheathing your sword, and then when your opponent attacks, let go to blood, right? When you do the perfect parry and it opens him up to the killing blow, and it does the movie thing where he gets the slash across the chest, and he's like, ugh. I haven't confirmed this yet. I think the voice actor for the Japanese main character is Zoro from One Piece.
Oh, okay.
And that makes
so much sense.
So much sense, and it makes it so good because I'm just imagining Zoro walking around, and then you meet the Ronin Guild, the Straw Hats.
I was gonna say, so are you rolling around with the straw hat?
I'm rolling around with the Straw Hats right now, just chilling, you know.
Right.
There's a couple things that kind of annoy me, especially when it comes to the fucking impact of clothing in this game.
Yeah, so you can't just dress around looking like you want to be the coolest.
Yeah.
Because there are certain outfits that are just way more advantageous.
And if you're traveling, you better have that traveler's cloak equipped.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it reveals so much of the map.
Yeah.
If you're fighting people, you better have a samurai set on.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the one thing I wish the game had was like a quick swap.
Yeah. For sure. It sucks having like, okay, it's battle time. I gotta go into the menu, change my outfit, change the charms, do whatever. So that kind of sucks. But they have nailed the combat to be very.
It's fun.
It's not one strike death.
No.
But it is definitely. Are you surrounded? Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Are you battling an enemy 1v1? It is. This battle will end in like 3 or 4 hits, and it feels very movie-esque.
Oh yes.
Some
of the cutscenes, like just the way they set that shit up.
Every time there's a cutscene and they letterbox it, and I'm like, bro, how you gonna do this to me? Like,
I can't wait till you get to the ending.
Oh no, oh no! And then I gotta play the new DLC shit.
Oh yeah,
like the Legends Islands or whatever.
But
I love this whole like back and forth between. Are you going to choose to be the noble samurai who controls his emotions and looks your opponent in the eye as he breathes his last breath? Or are you going to be the ninja who sneaks up on people and kills them in their sleep? And
well, you like that because...
it's
like, what about that do you like?
I like the dynamic, the story implications it has. I don't know if it actually changes the story in a way, but I love the implication. Because there was a situation where I was in a battle. I had fought off like 2 guys, and I was on a ledge. And there were 2 other guys below the ledge fighting some AI characters. So I ran off the ledge, jumped, and did like the plunging assassination with my sword. And I got this like flashback to my uncle being like, remember, we look our opponent in the eye. We are samurai. We are not punk bitches.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, like I did the backstab too much, and now it's like fucking with my like sense of nobility or whatever. I don't know how much that actually impacts the game at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume none.
Okay, well, I'll just tell you this. What's the title of the game?
Ghost? Oh no. And yeah, it's like this internal struggle of just like, because do I stick with my
I
heritage?
I had the exact same thought. And that's my one complaint about the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope to finish it by next week, because
I hope you go into photo mode and you tell me
all those
and you tell me what you thought about
this
the
game.
Last
Is so
scene.
Pretty. Oh my god, this game is so pretty. Like when you're riding your horse through like those fields of the white flowers or whatever, and he like leans in to like touch all that shit, bruh. So technology mass production was a mistake. We should go back to wood huts.
No.
Game is so gorgeous. Especially the I think the one place that I've been to so far that like encapsulates this was made by weeaboos is the Golden Temple.
Oh, it's gold.
Yeah, when you go to the Golden Temple and you see all of the yellow leaves on the ground, the wind blowing, everybody like in the town being like, that this is a weeaboo's dream of what ancient Japan is like, or what even Japan might be like now. And they skip over all of like the incest problems because they're on an island. It's true and stuff like that. And it's such a idealized version of Japan. But holy moly, do I not enjoy... I love being in that world. It's so cool. It's real good. And I'm disappointed in myself that I like it so much.
Why are you disappointed? This is who you are.
This is not... I don't want this to be who I am.
This is who you
it's
are.
Not who... Do I exude, like, weeaboo to you?
Is that a joke?
No, like, do I?
Yeah?
What?
Yeah?
Because I was playing, like, the kids I play Civ with. Like, my friend Alex knows that I like Japanese stuff, right?
That's all you need.
Right, but I met his other friend.
Yeah.
Who he's never seen me in person.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But, like, after, like, maybe a month or 2 of hanging out, he just has it in his head that I'm, like, ultra mega weeaboo.
Yeah, if you're going around being like, Aaron Yeager.
I'm not doing that to him. To him, I've been very... Like, just I've been very even keeled.
I don't think you have a good grasp on your.
I think I
self.
do. I think I do. All right. I don't think I'm that much of a. I don't dress.
You talk about
in
anime?
way.
You
Here.
Oh, you don't talk about anime. You talk about manga. That's
I don't-
even worse.
I haven't talked to that group about anime once.
You haven't talked about any manga.
No.
Nothing Japanese.
No. I've mentioned that my last trip was to Japan and Korea. And then
Then now you want to go back to Japan.
and I didn't even say that. And then 1 week I had said, "Oh, I was up early today because I had Japanese lessons."
That's enough.
But there was not like the surrounding portion of like I'm taking it because of the cold like that.
I think
level of weeaboo-ness.
I think that impression you've made is a very inaccurate description of the modern weeaboo.
Oh no!
Because I'm a weeb. I'm a turbo weeb.
Yeah, but
I don't have that voice.
But like,
right, audience,
right? Fucking. But the thing is like when people like get to know you,
yeah,
are they like, oh, he's like a turbo weeb?
Yeah,
are they?
Like,
because of the way you've made it seem, it's like you hide that shit until, or like people not you hide it, but like people don't presume you're that. But I feel like a lot of people presume I'm that when I haven't given them any instances to think that. All
right. What shirt are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing a band t-shirt.
Yeah, okay. Where's this band from?
This band is from Japan. Today's a bad example. All right, today's a bad example.
You're wearing one more time for those in the back. You're wearing a Japanese band shirt
from Japan. Because they bought the vinyl.
Fucking weed.
God damn it.
Did you talk about repairing your Sony PlayStation system?
That's the last part of my week.
No, to them.
To them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. Fucking weed.
That's not me. That's like
Why'd you repair an Xbox? Why'd you build a PC?
I built my PC.
Like a real bro. But no. Because the Sony PlayStation is a great... That shell architecture? Oh my god. Changed the game. Military bought a whole bunch.
It did.
Folding at home.
Folding at home. I'm so attacked right now. Oh my god. So hostile.
Why are you attacked? You'd only be attacked if you feel like this is your home.
No, I feel like you're you're pushing things onto me that I'm not. It's fucked up. I gotta figure out how to like hide this weebness. Like,
don't wear the weeb shirt.
This person has never seen me in person,
yeah, but they can feel it.
God damn it.
Wait, hold on. Is it a problem that people perceive you as a...
It's for some reason, like, even at school, all right, when I was at school,
okay,
I went to school in like regular clothes. I didn't have the Japanese band t-shirt, right?
Okay.
I went in like flannel, or I went in like my actual like punk band sweater from Toronto.
Okay.
And stuff like that. R&W shirts, like all the Chads do.
Okay.
But still, like, people would be like, "Oh, you're probably into that stuff."
Probably.
And I'm like, "But what about me?"
Because you're not playing Call of Duty.
Oh my god.
You're not playing the FIFA. You're like, oh my god.
But I'm playing Tsubasa.
Exactly. You guys heard of Metal Gear?
Game's good.
It was by this Japanese fucking genius.
Prophet.
Yeah, man. He's my god.
Hideo Kojima.
Exactly. Fucking brain. You know what it is? It's when you going out for lunch with people and you can use the chopsticks.
That's probably
how they know.
That's how they know.
That's how they know.
That's fucked up. I can't believe your friend called me out on that. That's like, why would she say that? That's so fucked up.
Because you're white.
Yeah, she's like, wow, you can
and
use
she
chopsticks
only has
pretty
like
well.
Friends.
That's racist. That's racist.
No, that's
straight
that's
up.
profiling.
That's
what
is profiling racist?
No,
that's what I thought.
It's a regular skill.
It's a useful skill.
We all use it in our day-to-day life. Helps us assess the people we want to talk to and converse with.
Man, I felt that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, she's a weirdo.
That's also like not the first time that's happened.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I can imagine. But anyways, yeah, you're a weeb.
I just don't know what, other than this shirt right now, I don't know what I do to like promote that.
You know when you're like sitting down in a public place and you're studying?
Yeah.
With your laptop open?
Yeah.
And like people are like, oh, look at that guy. He looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would like to talk to him.
Yeah.
Let me go up to him. Oh, what's on his laptop?
A lick-a-tongue?
Can you look at the sticker for me? Can you just?
What? It's
I just want you to look at the
what?
sticker.
This sticker? Look, what?
Are there not some unrecognizable Asian characters?
This is Name Rizal.
Oh, so you can read it now,
That
huh?
says Kin.
Oh, wow.
It's common knowledge. I don't know what to tell you.
Now suddenly things... I don't know what it is about me either.
But again, in this situation...
Do you have pins on your backpack?
No. I took all those off.
Oh,
those are all in the bin.
Okay.
Those are strictly for lapels only now.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Lapels
goodness.
only for those pins.
All right.
But in this situation, he's never seen me face to face. Never doesn't know what I look like. Never met me. It's just Discord talk.
So
still somehow.
It's the information I mean, you know what it is, Anthony. What's the profile picture on your Discord?
It's a squirrel.
From where?
I don't know, some webcomic. American webcomic.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I got it from Reddit.
Because
I stole that art fair and square.
One could say that it looks like
an animu.
Very specific animu.
Which one?
From 1988.
Hamtaro?
No, Gray.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gone. I'm lost.
My Neighbor.
Totoro?
That's the one.
That doesn't look not even close.
To a person who's not a weeb, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, you know what we call those people?
What?
We call them racists.
Whoa! Whoa!
Damn. I didn't mean to get off the sidetrack, but I'm just like, what the fuck? Why does everyone think I'm a weeb?
Did you?
I am, but still.
So what was the issue then?
The issue is that
It just means
the issue is that they're assuming
that you are who you are.
The issue is that they're assuming.
I mean, did you ask Blade?
Huh?
Did you ask Blade?
I didn't ask him this question.
You
This just came up right now. I should ask him this
Answer the
question.
question.
The problem is they're assuming. All right. I don't. If the assumption's right, whatever. But I don't like that they're assuming.
It's not an assumption if it's fact. Damn, it's real.
And then the last thing I did, as you hinted at or mentioned, is that I repaired 2 60 gig PS3s.
Okay.
So if you remember the old 60 gig PS3, absolute beast, huge system, had overheat problems. And what one of those problems was is that the internals got so hot that it turned the solder that connects like the GPU shit to the board, and it melted it off the connector.
Why you gotta be like
that? That's how hot it was in that system.
Yeah.
That like the soldered onto the motherboard chip got desoldered.
That's wild.
And I learned about this fancy new trick. It's called baking. You ever heard of baking?
I hear they
Like-
only do that in Christian society.
Yeah, you know when you like make cookies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So the fix for this was that you take the motherboard out of the system, take off all the whatever, like the thermal paste and shit off it, like give it a
Yeah.
nice clean, get some swabs in there, clean it up, wrap the whole board in tinfoil, then cut out a square where both the CPU and the GPU are, okay? And then put that in the oven. So I didn't have access to a heat gun. So the real way to do this is use a heat gun.
Yes.
But I had an oven. So you take the whole thing, put it on an aluminum tray, put that in the oven, set it to like 240 Fahrenheit, and let it run for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then after that, you crank that shit to like 450 and then let it run for 5 minutes.
Oh.
And what that does, and then after that, you turn off the oven and let it cool down naturally. Don't open the stove or don't open the oven door. Just let it cool down like overnight or something. And what that actually does is that it makes the chip so hot that it reflows the connection back to their proper spots.
Oh wow.
Underneath the chip. And I did that. I cleaned out my fans. I de-dusted that whole thing, little soft bristle toothbrush to the board with some rubbing alcohol, you know, all the good stuff. And it's alive. My Yellow Light of Death 60 gig PS3 that broke in 2008. Because that was the date on the last save file on that system.
Wow.
Is now working because I put it in an oven.
Wow.
It was a cool fix. It was fun. Fixing electronics is really cool. Very rewarding when it works. And like seeing the internals and all that stuff is like, I don't know, it's just really interesting. I'm way too dumb to like do the capacitor math and shit like that. But like getting in there and like fixing it all is super sick. So what happened is that I fixed it, booted it up, and I now got all of my old saves from my PS3.
Whoa.
Shoved them up to the cloud.
Did you put them on a memory stick?
No, I did.
Sony
I put them onto the PlayStation Plus cloud, and then I
not as cool.
Turned that off. I turned off the 60 gig, and then I turned on my Slim, and then I re-downloaded all those saves to my Slim.
Okay.
And now I have all my old saves back.
And
I have my 100% prototype save. I have my end game Disgaea 3 save. I have my 100% Resident Evil 5
Could
save.
you not have just taken the hard drive from the PS?
No. So there's a thing with the hard drive on the PS3 where if you take a hard drive out and input a new one in, because it formats it automatically. Okay. So that's why I hadn't done it. But yeah, like 60 gigs on that original PlayStation. So much memory.
You might be able to play half the game.
Yeah, in today's age, yeah. And then like I also have like my PS2 on my computer desk.
Yeah.
And I look at like my memory card.
8 megs.
8 megs, baby.
Yeah.
Wow. Like 40 games on it. Wow. But yeah, I played that 60 gig for a bit. It's PS3.
Is it now?
But that shit runs hot. Even with all the dust clean, even with the new thermal paste.
I remember.
Like, that shit runs hot. It is no joke. Like, it's no surprise why that system had so many problems. That initial launch system.
Yeah, I think that one I had at the time, it was the middle of the winter. I was playing Call of Duty 4, and I just had to open my window.
Because it was too hot in your room?
Because it was on my desk, and at the time, my desk was right by my window. And I remember I just set it up against the windowsill, and I opened
all the cold air.
It was middle of the winter. It was like a Saturday afternoon. It was just fucking freezing.
Hell yeah!
But I was so hot because my PlayStation was just on fire.
Yeah, that's a crazy system.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got that to work. I got my late teen years games all back.
Good for you.
And honestly, it worked.
Too well.
Don't try it at home. The whole time I was like, the capacitors are gonna explode in the oven. I'm gonna set my house on fire or something like that. Like, definitely, if I try and fix more people's stuff, I might just invest in a heat gun.
Good. Good. Because I might borrow that.
Why?
So I can bend some tubes.
Oh no.
My custom loop.
Oh no. Let's say I'll probably invest in like a heat gun, but yeah, that shit's wild. I think what I'm trying to do now is I need those like watch batteries.
Yeah.
But the thing is on the PlayStation systems, those watch batteries have
the CMOS battery?
Yeah, the CMOS battery. They have a positive negative wire welded onto each end of the watch battery. Oh, yeah. And they have like a 2-pin connector. I cannot find this connector fucking anywhere except for Alibaba if I want to buy it in like a pack of 50. And I don't want to buy it in a pack of 50.
How much is a pack of 50?
It's like $30.
So just buy a pack.
No, I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy it in bulk. I need 2.
Why don't you just rummage from some broken PlayStations?
I don't have broken PlayStations.
Find somebody with a broken PlayStation.
Maybe I could ask my friend, but yeah, it's hard out there, man. This is why right to repair is so important.
Apple agrees with you.
Apple does not agree with me. Not even close.
Wait. Have you been out of the loop on this?
Their whole system where they're like, we have authorized whatever, and you have to tell us every single part you use in the phone, or else we take you out of our system and you can never repair Apple products again.
I don't know what they did. The one where they let you repair it on your own. Yeah,
the last I heard of that was that Apple was like, okay, we're gonna make a repair program and we'll work with you to like with independent repair shops to do this. But you will allow Apple to audit your practice at random whenever they want, up to 5 years after you leave or are kicked out of the program.
Fair enough.
That's not fair. That's not fair at all. That's insane. That's insane.
Listen, baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps.
God damn it.
This is why you're a weeb. Because you can't support Americans.
Huh?
This is why you're a weeb. Because you're not supporting the Americans.
I'm supporting Canadians. All right.
Right.
And Canada has very close ties with the Nihon. All right.
Get out of here.
So if anything, I'm promoting international camaraderie between our two countries.
I hope you get your little job.
Jobby job.
And you go there. Never return.
I don't think I'd live there forever.
That's what they all say.
I don't think I would.
That's what they all say.
I don't think I would. All right, unless Tomi Tanaka hits me up.
Oh,
hey, it's
God.
popping.
All right.
We all need motivation, Vince. All right, mine just happened to be titties.
Yeah, that's a great place to end.
Goodbye.